What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me for this edition of Motivational Monday. And for what I want you to do for this week's Motivational Monday is to go all in on whatever you're doing. I don't care what it is. Go all in. Don't half-ass on anything. You're either going to do it all or nothing. Because when you half-ass on stuff, you start to do things incomplete. You start to mess up on your stuff. You're not focused. It takes you out of your focus. And you make a mess of things. And I've always been a person that said, don't halfway do anything, because when you halfway do things, your heart is not all the way in it. And when your heart is not all the way in it, people can see through the BS what you're doing. People know when you're working hard. People know when you believe in something. People know when you're invested in something. People know when you care about something. But when you're feeding BS, people can see through the BS. People can see when you're operating on a mediocrity mentality. People can see when you're operating on let me just do enough to get by mentality. People can see when you're doing the bare minimum. People can see when you're trying to get over on them. People can see when you're trying to get away with things and trying to avoid things and just rush through things. You understand what I'm saying with that? That's not good. That creates distrust. That creates incompetency. That creates failure at the most ultimate failure. You don't want that. You don't want to be known as the person that's tricking people. You don't want to be known as a thief. You don't want to be known as a quitter. You don't want to be known as a person that is not motivated by anything. You don't want to be known as a person that has no goals, dreams, visions, anything. You want to be known as a go-getter. You want to be known as number one, not number two, not number three, not number 500, not just as an average person. You want to be known as the best. You want to be known as the person that's going to do what it takes to be successful. You want to be known as the person that their word means everything, that they're trustworthy, that they're reliable, that they're accountable, that they take life serious, not somebody just floating through life. You don't want to be known as a clout chaser. You want to be known as a trendsetter. You want to be known as the person that's leading by example. You see? You like how I did that? Leading by example. Because, perfect example, if I tell you to go out here and walk a mile, and I'm sitting right here in my truck, and I drive behind you, and when you get finished completing a mile, I'm saying, hey, I'm here. Or let's say I tell you to walk a mile, and I get there at the same time as you, but you find out later that I drove there instead of walk, and I didn't walk with you. You're not going to trust me ever again, because you're going to say, this dude doesn't practice what he's preaching or teaching. He's a hypocrite. You don't want to be known as a hypocrite. You want to be known as a go-getter. You want to be known as the person that's all in, that's ready, that's hungry, that wants to be successful, that's driving. They're driven by their ambitions. That they want to be the best at whatever they're doing. That whatever they're saying to do, they're not going to tell you to do something that they won't do. And they're going to do it with you. And they want you to be successful with them. And they're not going to hate on you. You see? Character. Failure builds character. You don't fail unless you're all in. When you're all in, things are not going to always go the way you want them to go. but they will come into place if you put your all into it. Put effort, all of your effort. Give it 100%. Some people say 110%. If you want to say 110%, give that. But I just want you to be all in. On this Motivational Monday, you need to be all in. Going to work, going to school, if you're going back to get a skilled trade. Just doing anything, man. I don't know what you're doing. But be all in and be the best version of yourself. And thanks for joining me for this week's edition of Motivational Monday. I'll see you on Business Wednesday. Remember to like, subscribe to this video. Like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And leave comments in the comment section under this video. Remember to follow me at I Am Kick Clutch everywhere else. Kick Clutch Productions on IG. And thank you, and I'll see you on Wednesday.